It's bold, it's brash, and it's back. FIBA 3x3 basketball at its best. Coming up, Novi Sad Al-Wada's Mr. Bulletproof and his aim to build a dynasty. Luka Snoj and his change of address from Europe to the Far East. And it's up, and away with the aerial artistry of Jordan Kilganon. Utsunomiya, Japan hosts a sporting event that has its roots in the parks and streets. A game played on a half court with one hoop over a 10-minute period or the first team to 21 points with a 12-second shot clock. It's fun, it's urban, and it's street smart in the land of the rising sun. Novi Sad Al-Wada started their day off on the wrong foot, falling 16-15 to Doha. But the two-time defending World Tour champs won their other game 21-17 in a thriller over Al Gharafa.
Dusan Bulut game!
Doha and Novi Sad both advanced to the last 8, with the defending champs getting big days from Dejan Majstorovic, who had 14 points, and Dusan Bulut, who added 13 on day 1. Meanwhile, Jasmin Hercegovac showed what he's all about with some deadly shooting for Ljubljana, who won both of their games in Pool B. In a 22-11 beatdown of host Utsunomiya and a 16-12 win over Amamatsu, Hercegovac hit a combined 5 shots from beyond the arc and was among 3 players to top day 1 scoring charts with 16 big points. Amamatsu was able to advance to the knockout rounds as the second team from their pool after whooping up on Utsunomiya 21-12. 24-year-old Amjad Sin was Amamatsu's scoring machine day 1 as he went off with 16 points. Slovenians Piran sent out a loud message about their title hopes with a couple of big wins on day 1 in Pool C. Fourth at last year's World Tour final in Abu Dhabi, Piran got their tournament rolling with an 18-12 win over Okayama of Japan. The team then put an exclamation mark on their opening day with a 22-11 beatdown over Taichung of Chinese Taipei. Anze Shrebol's teammates should buy him dinner because the 24-year-old was Piran's leading scorer with 15 points over 2 games. He had 9 against Taichung. The 11th ranked player in the world, Shrebol, looks like he's a rising star in 3x3. Okayama, meanwhile, took second place in the pool, joining Piran in the quarterfinals by thumping Taichung 22-11 as well. The third player to make everybody sit up and take notice by pouring in 16 points was Malaga's Ismael Reina in Pool D. The team from Spain took the top spot because it upset the number 4 seed in the tournament, St. Petersburg. Malaga then went on to take the top spot with a 22-11 drubbing of Bandung. Reina only entered the World Tour event in Japan ranked number 61, but don't let that fool you. He and Malaga teammates Javier Meras and Juan Vasco Trabado have got a very important asset. All 3 are part of an exclusive group of 8 men that have played in all 5 editions of the World Tour. Meanwhile, St. Petersburg cruised to second place in Pool D after whooping up on Bandung 22-5 to close out their day. He hails from Slovenia, a land where 3x3 has a huge following. Luka Snoj does a little bit of everything on the court. There's plenty of razzle and plenty of dazzle as well. It's the sort of game that has opened up a whole new world for the 26-year-old. From Central Europe to the Far East, Snoj now does his shopping in Japan because that's where he's moved to play 3x3 basketball.
Konnichiwa, watashi wa Luka desu. Watashi wa professional basket sensu. My story started about 2 years ago when I played in Brazil, Salvador for my national team. I met a few of the Japanese players there, and next year they invited me to play at the 3x3 Premier League here at the National Championship in Japan. At first it was a tough decision, but In progression, it came easier, and my decision was definitely the best. It's a great experience for me right now. The biggest challenge for me in Japan was like culture and maybe language. If you speak at least few Japanese words, the Japanese people will be happy to help you if you try to speak their language. I like the food, I like the culture, I like their history, I love everything about Japan, so I'm looking forward to next year, and I hope I'm gonna play here 2 years to come. Professional 3x3 basketball in Japan is quite big. It grows each year. It's consisted of 12 teams. There are 2 conferences, Northeast and Northwest. I can say that Japanese basketball 3x3 is growing bigger and bigger each and every year. The marketing is really good. People recognize you wherever you go. Walking in the city of Tachikawa, see all the people who smile, who supports us. It's really easy for me to play, and I enjoy playing for them. 3x3 basketball is very quick. A lot of crossovers, a lot of dunks, a lot of interesting things that you don't see on 5-on-5 basketball. And it's only 10 minutes, so maybe it's fast-paced, and Japanese people love that. If there is gonna be 3x3 basketball in Tokyo, there's gonna be a huge amount of basketball fans watching 3x3 basketball in Olympics at Tokyo.
St. Petersburg dug in on defense and also rode the back of sweet shooting Alexander Pavlov to an 18-14 victory over Doha in the first quarterfinal. The Russian star was sensational from long range, connecting on 4 two-pointers and scoring 9 points. On the day of his 30th birthday, Pavlov proved again that he was big time. He led Russia to a gold medal in the 3x3 event of the European Games last year. Abdulrahman Mohamed Saad had 9 points for Doha, but the team that started off in Utsunomiya with an upset win over 2-time World Tour champs Novi Sad saw their challenge come to an end.
That was a really tough game because we don't play together 1 year. All team, I think, want to play in Abu Dhabi and win this tournament because all like money.
Gasper Obnik and Andrzej Shrebov were a 2-man wrecking crew for Piran in their quarterfinal win over Amamatsu. Obnik was lights out from downtown, drilling 3 two-pointers and leading his team with 9 points. Shrebov was right behind him with 8 points as the Slovenian team chalked up a 21-16 win. The crowd had to say peace out to the very talented young Amjad Sin. The hot-handed Indian connected on 4 shots from beyond the arc and finished with a game-high 10 points. In his 3 games, Sin poured in an eyebrow-raising 26 points.
We just took every game the same, just play hard, play defense, and this is all.
How good was Yasmin Hercegovac in his first 3 games at the Masters? Crazy good. Hercegovac had a combined 16 points on day 1 for Ljubljana and poured in 9 more in the team's 20-14 win over Okayama in the third quarterfinal. The 5th-ranked player in the world had 3 two-pointers and showed that he's still in the flow even at 39 years old. His 43-year-old teammate Alice Kunch knocked down 2 twos from the arc and had 7 points in a win over Okayama. Ljubljana kept their compatriot Luka Snoj of Okayama in check, holding the Slovenian to just 3 points.
We are proud and very happy that ambassador of our country came to watch us and to support us. It means a lot to us.
Since being shocked by Doha to start pool play on day 1, Novi Sad got back to looking like their old selves. Malaga saw firsthand as they fell to the reigning champs. Dusan Bulut did his usual damage against the enemy, scoring a game-high 11 points with some powerful moves to the cup. Mr. Bulletproof looked like Mr. Fundamental out there with his box out and all-around heady play. Things got a little testy out there at times, but one reason was because Ismail Reyna backed down from no one. He had 9 against Novi Sad, but the experience, grit, and focus of Novi Sad won the day.
Next thing is our rivalry with Ljubljana in the semifinals. I hope people will see nice basketball. I hope we win.
In the shootout contest, Tomo Chajic, Dusan Bulut, Toru Kikuchi, and Jose Rojas were on target in the qualification and made it to the final. Chajic had 10 points, and Kikuchi had 11 in the final and contended for the win. But Mr. Bulletproof took matters into his own hands.
He's putting on a shooting clinic. What's he got for the last one? Nothing but nylon. It's Mr. Bulletproof. Shows what he's about. Repping Novi Sad Al-Wada.
Bulut was hotter than a fever, equaling an all-time World Tour record with 14 points in the final and added another trophy to his cabinet. Mission impossible. That's what even the highest of high flyers face when they walk onto the court and attempt to beat Jordan Kilganon in a dunk contest. The Canadian sensation took on Luke Evans of the USA and Ray Guevara of the Philippines in Utsunomiya at the World Tour Jam Party. Guevara was no slouch. He showed some real grace with a one-handed 360 slam that got the Japanese crowd on its feet, but it's going to take something extraordinary to overcome Kilganon, aka Mission Impossible. Kilganon wowed the fans with a dunk when he exploded into the paint, took the ball from one side to the other, rocked the house like nobody's business.
Look at it again. He doesn't even need a second hand. He goes one-handed windmill.
He drew more oohs and ahs with another rim rocker.
Kilganon nearly hit his head on the rim. Are you kidding me?
Starting on the right wing, he ran in, took the ball from Evans, and jumped over the American before flushing it in with both hands. The best of all was his signature slam, the Scorpion.
Jordan Kilganon looks like he's gonna pull out his signature smash, and that's gonna get more views than the rapper from Toronto. Unbelievable! Jordan Kilganon's got everybody on their feet here in Utsunomiya. And I still can't wrap my head around how he pulls that dunk off. Jordan Kilganon, not a big shock, is the winner of the slam dunk competition.
I feel really good. It's too bad I couldn't get that between the legs Scorpion. I was really hoping to get that new dunk for you guys. But you know what? This crowd is unbelievable. Every time I come to Asia, it's amazing, and this, again, exceeds my expectations.
Piran, just one step away from the title game, squared off against a familiar foe in St. Petersburg in the first semifinal. The two teams had met recently in the final of the Penang Challenger, and Piran prevailed. With so much at stake, both teams knew they were going to take the best punch from the other team. Piran, boasting an experienced Simon Finsgar, aka the Sphinx, got 3 points from the former world #1 ranked player. The players that really stepped up were Gasper Ovnik and Anze Shrebo, who drilled a combined 5 shots from beyond the arc and 15 points overall. St. Petersburg proved to be a tough team to put away. Leo Lagotin had plenty of big shots to keep his team within striking distance and hit his team's only 2 two-pointers.
Nice pass from Pavlov to Leo, and all of a sudden, it's a 3-point game.
Alex Lashishkin, a surgeon in his main occupation, did his bit at keeping St. Petersburg alive with 5 points, but a St. Petersburg team that is yet to reach the World Tour final didn't have quite enough as Piran won 21-17.
Every time we play them, they got a couple of shots up their sleeves, prepared. They managed to get back in the game around 17-10. We knew that they were going to do that, and luckily, we came out on top.
Novi Sad Al-Wada also took on a team they know very well from the past, meeting up with Ljubljana in the second semifinal. Ljubljana won their title showdown in the 2013 World Tour final in Istanbul, and more recently, they beat Novi Sad in the final of the 2016 Abu Dhabi Challenger. But the two-time defending champions of the World Tour seem to know how to save their best for the biggest games. That is especially true for Dusan Bulut, who hit a go-ahead two-pointer for a 9-7 lead, and Dejan, the Maestro Maestorovic, also struck with a two-pointer himself. Big man Savage showed off his passing skills, and Novi Sad Alwada continued to make plays. Mr. Bulletproof finished with 9 points, and the Maestro weighed in with 7 as Novi Sad pulled away for a 19-13 win.
They're really good players, they're experienced players, and they know how to play 3x3 basketball. So we need to play our best game to beat them. That means every single inch of the court we need to defend.
Even in a loss, Yasmin Hercegovac was excellent for Ljubljana, finishing with 6 points in a defeat. He's a two-time 3x3 World Tour winner. He's the #1 ranked player in the world. He's Dusan Bulut of Novi Sad Alwada. When it comes to the World Tour, no one has been better than this man, who led his team to a second World Tour title last year, Mr. Bulletproof.
After we win second in a row World Tour, I feel relief because all season long we are showing other teams that we are the #1. A lot of pressure was in our back because we signed professional sponsorship. There was ups and downs during the season, but in the end we put our best game and we won the whole thing. It was really tough in Abu Dhabi, final of World Tour, especially in semifinals against Slovenian team.
Novi Sad Alwada need a 2 to tie, and he drains it! We are tied at 14 points apiece!
When you play on high level and you have a good team, you need to have a trust in your teammates. It's just instinct. You know, I drive to the basket and I look for an open shooter. For our luck was Dan, who is the best shooter in our team. I just told them, you know, give me the ball and I'm winning this game for us, for sure. In the final, there was like one of the most experienced teams, also from Slovenia. We beat them with our game, and in the end, I feel relief. We accomplished one great goal. It's not overconfidence, it's just I'm playing with instinct. You know, I empty my mind before the game and I just start playing. We are here to create history. Nobody done it before us and nobody is doing it right now. We want to try to accomplish the goal that we qualify for every World Tour. And not just to qualify, we want to win every World Tour. I'm not doing anything else right now except playing these tournaments. And you know, the question is what other teams and other people will bring to the table. For us, it's very important to make not just a dynasty, it's all about legacy and also a brand that we're making during the years.
Novi Sad Alwada, looking to make history this year by winning a 3rd straight World Tour final, took on a Slovenian team for the 2nd game in a row when they went up against Piran in the Utsunomiya title showdown. Despite losing their first game of the event in Japan, Novi Sad remained mentally strong and had the wind in their sails by the time they faced Piran. Novi Sad started out like a runaway train, getting deadly 2-point shooting from Mr. Bulletproof, who had 3 in the game, and Marco Savage, who had a couple of daggers. Novi Sad stormed into a big lead and made the result look like a foregone conclusion.
A lot of time left on the clock. But I tell you what, Dusan, 2 up, 2 down, it's 12-1. The final looking like a blowout here in Utsunomiya.
At one point, with still plenty of time on the clock, the advantage was 13. Piran were slow to wake up, but once they did, they made Novi Sad work for the victory. Anze Shrebo started knocking down his long shot, making 2 of them. He had 5 points in all, and both Gaspar Ovnik and Adin Kavgic had 4 apiece as the Slovenians got the deficit back to just 5 points. But the confidence that winning championship games brings was all there for everyone to see as Novi Sad claimed the triumph 21-13.
And Novi Sad Alwada will be holding on to a $10,000 check.
I don't know what was the problem, but we didn't respond to their aggressive play. They were on fire beyond the arc. We left them to shoot. It's hard to come back on a 10-0 deficit.
Bulut further underlined his status as the #1 player in the world. His points tally gave him 41 over the 5-game stretch, making him the leading scorer ahead of Piran Srebov, who finished with 36 in Utsunomiya.
We just love to play. We just love to play. We just love to compete with the different kind of teams, with the different kind of style of plays in different kind of countries and continents. That's, I think, every professional athlete wants.
With the win, Novi Sad not only collected the winner's check, they also booked their place in the end of the season World Tour final and stayed on course in their quest for a three-peat. Doha managed to beat Bulut and Novi Sad Al Wada on the opening day, but the question remains, can any team in the world beat Novi Sad Al Wada when the stakes are at their highest? After flying to victory at the Beijing Masters last year, Jordan Mission Impossible Kilganon came back to earth at the Abu Dhabi final. The Canadian lost to 4-time World Tour dunk champ Rafal Lepek-Lipinski. It's tough, especially for the great ones, to forget failure.
That's the only bitter taste left in my mouth, that I didn't do my job and I didn't ask questions before the contest and I didn't 100% know the rules and how the time works and everything, right? It's my fault. Every single time that a mistake happens in terms of dunking, it's my fault and I gotta figure out how to fix it.
Kilganon doesn't wallow in misery though. He's going to stay positive and continue innovating. He's helping others in the art of dunking.
Over the years, I've gained a lot of vertical. Obviously, I've obsessively trained and done research for it. It's kind of been my entire life for forever. You can't just say, oh, go lift weights, oh, go jump more. You know, it's more than just that. It's like this whole process. So eventually I got tired of, just giving these big answers. It's not like this is what you have to do. For the most part, I give out free tips at bouncekit.com. There's even been guys that's 45 years old, 5'10", their whole life they want to just start dunking. And at 45 now, he just entered his first dunk contest. Doesn't mean that anybody can dunk, but anybody can improve. And I do believe that I've created that program, the program that's the most efficient one.
Kilganon is a real crowd pleaser, and he made it a priority to be at the Utsunomiya Masters to show off his hops.
So I talked to a lot of people, and I've got to meet a lot of people that I've been to literally every country in the world. And so I would bug everybody, what's the favorite place that you've been to? What's the favorite place that you've been to? And the #1 answer was always Japan. So, I told my agent, get me in Japan. I really want to be in Japan. I need to see what this is all about.
The Utsunomiya Masters was loaded with highlights. We look at the creme de la creme in our top 5 plays. At number 5, Amamatsu Sen shows why people call him the Sultan of SWAT back in India.
Oh my goodness! Block you very much! I'm Jyot Singh doing it on both ends.
At number 4, Malaga's Ismail Reina makes Sub-Zero freeze on this mean ankle breaker. At number 3, how about this one from Slammin' Sammy Monroe? You cannot stop that. At number 2,
nice spin and a jam! Take that home with you!
this is why it's a bad idea to meet Kevin Galloway at the rim. You get your feelings hurt. And our #1 play belongs to the #1 player in the world, Mr. Bulletproof.
Dusan all game. The #1 3x3 player in the world for a reason, as Novi Sad Alwada pulls out a big one.
The Utsunomiya Masters was a terrific follow-up to the Mexico City stage. The third Masters is right around the corner. It'll be live from beautiful Prague, Czech Republic on the 6th and 7th of August. Remember, you can follow it live with the hashtag 3x3WT on FIBA 3x3 social media channels on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Sayonara from Utsunomiya. We'll see you in the Czech Republic.